Fenty grey on stuff, whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
Family, welcome back. Now, I already have a few Dax videos coming. However, he just released this. It's called The Abyss. I didn't even know that this was dropping. I haven't seen anything. I haven't been on Instagram. Now, I haven't done anything on Dax. I haven't actually listened to anything by him before. However, he does follow me on Instagram. I don't know how. I don't know why. I'm very grateful. But I haven't reacted to any of his music before. So, this is monumental for the channel. I know a lot of people under the Tom McDonald reaction were asking me to do this. So, without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, and let's go. Also, recommendations down below. And also, thanks Zach for this. If you want to write in the comments, thank you, Zach. That'd be great. What is life? A joke.
Everything I did, I always gave it my best. I don't know if anyone relates, but the feeling that I get is like a truck sitting on my chest. Wondering how much do I got left? My last call, my last step. I'm not gonna wait just to see what's next. I go hard cause today could be my last breath. We do life and we can't relive it. We only get one chance. If you blink, then you might just miss it.
Swear you'll miss it.
Many people come and go, they all just visit. Don't ever expect nothing different. Just listen as I paint this image that you'll all.
I got a few little shivers down the back then. When he said that, many people come and go, they just visit. Or did he say they don't visit? Yeah, they all just visit. That's crazy. I've been thinking about this recently, like people that I knew from school. And now it's been, what, like 14, maybe 15 years since, 14 years since I was at school. I can't remember people's surnames that I went to school with. Like, even in my mind, they're just visitors. Like, I can see faces, but I don't know names. I don't know personalities anymore. They're just visitors. They might as well be, you know, I'm sat at the doctor's waiting office and they're just walking by me like they're just anybody, you know? People are just visitors. That's so crazy. There are only like a handful of people in your life who stay around long enough to make an impact or make a difference, you know? I myself live in a very remote part of my country, so I don't have friends, I don't see people, I don't, you know, everybody's just visitors.
One chance, if you blink, then you might just miss it.
Swear you'll miss it.
Many people come and go, they all just visit. Don't ever expect nothing different. Just listen as I paint this image that you'll all revisit. Yeah, my glass half empty, but I still might sip it. I was traumatized. What would you have said when you was looking in my mama's eyes? Nothing. Yeah, I might have said I was okay, but I probably lied. So this pain is how I harmonize. Make an impact, that's what I personify. And yes, I'm making music that you cannot just define by the numbers on my Spotify. All of this pain, I just wanna be happy. Mom almost died the same day that she had me. Driving to the hospital, she swerved and crashed badly. Doctor said I was a miracle while looking at my daddy. I was 0 when I first dodged death. I was 6 when the devil told me watch my step. Couldn't sleep, I was scared to go inside my bed. Fighting demons, I was hearing things inside my head. So back to the doctor, he didn't have a diagnosis. So my whole damn life I felt lost while fighting psychosis. Talking to myself, hoping nobody would notice. Mom said pray every time I heard.
That's fire. Doctor, you didn't have no diagnosis, so I spent my whole life, I felt lost while fighting psychosis. And because they couldn't find a diagnosis, he couldn't win that battle. So he felt lost. Like, he felt lost as in he doesn't know where he is, but he also, that's like a play on words almost, like I felt lost. Like, I felt like I was losing because nobody can even tell me who my opponent is, bruv. How am I supposed to train for an opponent I don't even know? You know, I could be training my boxing stances and then boom, he hits me with the ground game. Psychosis a bitch, man. Damn.
Back to the doctor, he didn't have a diagnosis. So my whole damn life I felt lost while fighting psychosis. Talking to myself, hoping nobody would notice. Mom said pray every time I heard the voices. Life or death every day, I swear I made choices. Life.
It's gonna be one of them ones, isn't it? I should have known anyway, like even just the sort of feelings it was conjuring up in me, you know. Not even the subject matter that he's gone with. God damn. Like talking to the voices as well, hoping nobody would notice. I hear that. I usually talk to my phone. It's a lot easier nowadays because everybody has Bluetooth earphones, so you can kind of talk to yourself and not look too weird as long as you got headphones in, I suppose, you know.
Whole damn life I felt lost while fighting psychosis, talking to myself hoping nobody would notice. Mom said pray every time I heard the voices, life or death every day, I swear I made choices. Knife in my hand trying not to lose focus, playing basketball religiously to drown out the noises. Man, let me explain that it's like laying on train tracks, grabbing guns, contemplating blowing your brain back, eyes closed shut, watching everything fade black, people stepping over you, you feel like a placemat. Fuck, and let me make it clear, God is the
placemat. People don't step over placemats, do they? They step over doormats. I like how he said playing basketball religiously to drown out the noises. Like, playing basketball, you'd think like you'd be having fun doing that, and whilst it might look like he's having fun, and he actually might be, he's doing that for a purpose. Like, there's a bigger thing at play. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of like darkness in his head, and he's trying to put colour into it by being happy. You know what I mean?
Let me explain that it's like laying on train tracks, grabbing guns, contemplating blowing your brain back, eyes closed shut, watching everything fade black, people stepping over you, you feel like a placemat. Fuck, and let me make it clear, God is the only one that I've ever feared, but you start to get paranoid and look over your shoulder when these people have been hurting you for so many years, so I had to escape. If you listening, I know that you relate. Is that feeling that you get like your life and existence was all just one big mistake? I felt trapped and I couldn't find space. I went and got lost in the things I'd create. Ever since I was a kid, people hated and they judged everything that I did. So I went into my mind and created the abyss. Man, I swear I did. How the hell y'all think I make?
Okay, so it's like an abyss that's crawling in. I thought it was like a block test, you know, the Rorschach thing. I thought it was one of those, like the ink block test. I thought that was what was, because he's being very like open, and obviously that's the sort of place that you would see that in like a therapist's office, you know. But he's saying he created an abyss in his mind just to get rid of everything. Hard.
My mind and created the abyss, man, I swear I did. How the hell y'all think I make all these hits? It's cause I've been broken, beaten, dragged, laughed at, scorned, burned, and kicked. So I get to reach in this endless pit of hurt and pain from all that shit. And that's the only reason that you people come here. Oh, for God's sake, even though that Dax exists. This is how it feels to drown. This is how it looks when you lost and you can't be found. The abyss was a place I'd...
Okay, but you don't... Like, I get it, but you don't have to put this stuff out. I get what you're saying. I completely get what you're saying, and it is true. However, don't moan about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're putting this stuff out. Me, I write religiously every single day. I have done since I was 16 years old. I have pages and pages and pages and pages, literally thousands of notes, just me talking things out in my head, and it's all in written like poetry. I don't put it out there. Do you know what I mean? It's for me. So at a certain point, you've got to ask yourself, are you doing this for you, or are you doing this for other people? Because I'm not being funny or anything, but this is probably the reason why you're still not okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've been hanging on to stuff for so many years, and you've been creating music, but you haven't been doing it for yourself. You've been doing it for other people. And that's clear in the fact that you haven't solved all this stuff yet. Like, unless you just continuously keep having problems, and even then you have to reevaluate your life and see why that's happening and why you keep running into roadblocks. Do you know what I mean? But if you constantly keep running into them, then perhaps you are the problem, you know? And instead of being outward with it and putting this music out there, maybe just focus on yourself so that you can make a different kind of impact, you know? Because I'm sure this helps other people, but does it help you? Like, fuck other people for a second. I understand you've got fans and stuff, but I'm sure those fans, if they actually give a shit about you, they want you to better yourself. And that would include your mental as well, you know? I don't know. Because he's saying he's stuck there now, but he doesn't have to be. Like,
You lost and you can't be found. The abyss was a place I'd visit, but I went so much that I'm gone and I'm stuck here now.
That's
This
what
is
I'm
not
saying.
music. This is not dope. This is me begging y'all to throw me a rope so I can try to climb up the place where I came in my life when I spiraled and first lost hope. Let me explain. I've been Dak so long, I get PTSD when somebody says my real name. But I guess that's the price you pay. I didn't want it to be like this, but I guess it is what it is.
but why would that bother you? Like the fact that people call you Dax, why would that bother you? The only reason, psychologically, the only reason why that would, and I'm sorry to turn to like Dr. Teddy Gray, but the only reason why that would bother you is if you feel like they don't know the real you. But if you feel like they don't know the real you, put that in a song. Put that in a song. Don't just be the guy who everybody expects you to be because that's how they know you or that's how they place you. They don't know you. They don't know you. If you had to be everything that everybody thought you were, who would you even be? You'd be an amalgamation of like 80,000 different opinions of you. It makes no sense, bruv. I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't understand why he's finding it so difficult to get out, you know? It seems like the answer for him personally seems so obvious. Although I don't, particularly know everything about his life,
But I guess it is.
I want to help him.
Inside the abyss.
I want to help him, man. I don't like that he ended on those piano notes. What is life? EP available now. Go stream the EP. Go stream the EP. And hopefully if you guys can direct me to any tracks where he's a little bit more upbeat maybe, or a little bit more thankful or grateful for what he does have rather than rapping about a mind state that he doesn't yet have, or I don't know. It seems to me like if you have unresolved issues past the age of like 30, past the age of 25, I'd say, if you still have unresolved issues from your childhood or from back then, you really, really need to sort those out, and you really need to get a hold of yourself, because otherwise you end up in the abyss, you know? It's not good. I've been there way past the age that I should be as well, you know? I know I'm only 30 now, but you know, maybe I'll go into more of my personal life in a different video, but I know what it's like honestly, I wish you understood. Just rock. There's rock bottom, and then there's like pond scum. I don't know. But I've been there, so I know what it's like to have to rise, you know. But I feel like if he's bothered about these issues about people not knowing him, he needs to be himself more on the track, and if he's still finding himself visiting this abyss, he really needs to come out of that. Really and truly. I believe that friends and family are the way forward. But if you can't do that, then you need something to help you when you are on your own. You know, basketball's like a team game, and music, you probably got producer, studio, there's people around you. I don't know how he does his shit, but you know, something where he's on his own, but he's still able to stay in a positive headspace, you know, because it sounds like if he is writing music on his own, this is what he's coming up with. That's probably why he's in a negative headspace when he's on his own. So he needs something, he needs somebody, he needs people, you know. He needs connection. He needs to relight a fire. That's my only bit of advice for him. Thank you very much, Zach. Don't worry, Rap Gods are all coming soon. We've got Rap God 1, then Rap God 2, next Rap God, and then another Rap God, all 4 of them. I'm guessing they're all different videos, so they're all coming soon. In fact, do you know what, Zach? They're coming this week. How's about that? D-Day this week. Get ready.